Ok.
Boa noite, até amanhã.
Boa noite, olá, como estamos? Tudo bom? Vamos. Aí sim. Estamos cá. Agradabilíssimos. O que eu tô falando? Não sei. Enfim. Vamos que vamos, rapaz. Vamos que ontem não foi, mas hoje é. Mais dia de ler HOMESTUCK ao vivo com vocês. Espero que esteja tudo bem. Por aqui eu estou bem. E vamos que vamos. É isso. Se eu tocar mais do que isso, eu pego direitos autorais. Sim. Continuando de onde paramos, estamos aqui. Na nuvem que tudo vê e tudo mostra. Vejam só onde estamos, hein? No ato 6, Intermission 5. A6, I5. Ah, finalmente essa imagem. Sempre que eu coloco pra pesquisar imagens pra eu colocar de thumbnail lá nos eventos do Discord, aparece essa imagem aqui ou a que vem logo em seguida. É, aparece aquela imagem mesmo. Boa noite. Rainha? Gostei. Estou bem, e você? Seja bem-vindo, Xande. Is it time yet? O jogador de tempo perguntando. No. Oh. How about now? No! Dave, we've been waiting for 3 years. 3 years is a pretty long time. Long enough for me to have picked up the habit of calling them years instead of the far more sensible unit of measurement, sweeps. I think you should be able to survive just a little longer. I still don't understand what's supposed to happen. It's just supposed to, like, appear? That's my understanding, yes. You mean here? On this frog circle thing? I don't know. Somewhere in the session. At which point, if he has any brain at all, he'll seek us out. So, Jade came on a goat ship through a tiny window, apparently. But John wasn't on it? Well, his corpse was, somewhere. But that John doesn't matter anymore. Kind of like how there was a bird version of you out there, now presumed dead, who also didn't matter. The real John and the other Lalonde girl will spontaneously appear from a different reality. I determined a lot of this through my time travel reconnaissance work upon arriving in this session. Sorry to steal all the timey thunder from the great night of time, end quote, but someone had to take the initiative and go on a fact-finding mission. No, it's cool. You can have that thunder if you want it. When exactly is this supposed to happen? Soon. And she's unhurt? Will she remember our brief encounter? This is a totally different Lalonde girl. Things went differently for her, so she'll have different memories. I have no idea if you and she interacted at all in her timeline. I don't know the full extent of John's alt-reality experiences either, but apparently things went raw for them in about as many ways as you can imagine. Presumably because I wasn't around to keep everyone's shit in order. Agradabilíssima como sempre. Oh, snap! But yeah, I agree with this sentiment largely. Of you being more competent than most people in general, Vriska. Thanks, Stavros. Hey, look! I know I'm not considered important enough to be in the loop on certain key tactical decisions anymore, and that I don't really know what's going on most of the time and therefore am forced to take any bullshit that happens with a grain of sack mineral big enough to bludgeon a man to death. But if it's not too much trouble, Vriska, maybe you could take a moment to explain why Tavros is now a sprite? And Aqueous too! And also, why Aqueous is wearing a new pair of moronic-looking sunglasses? Thanks in advance! Sorry for having trouble keeping up with the times, Carcat. I didn't explain it because I thought the nature of the development was fairly self-evident. I mean, no offense, but I didn't hear anyone else voicing any confusion. What about you, Kanaya? Did you think it was fairly self-evident? I thought it was fairly self-evident. Yeah, see? You apparently took it upon yourself to prototype the 3-year-old cadavers of 2 of our deceased friends. No, I got that! I'm not a fucking idiot. I mean, where did you find these unprototyped kernels? Didn't these people already enter their session? Yes, they did months ago, from the current frame of reference. But this is a void session, Carcat. I thought we talked about this. A void session, by definition, is one where the players enter the game with the kernels unprototyped. As such, it becomes totally dysfunctional. It can't bear fruit, cause there's no battlefield in Skya, unless you go to the trouble of putting one there, of course. Which the Countess has already done for us, via Green Bark Jade, prior to our arrival. Quite considerate of her, really. This is aside from the point, though. The bottom line is, the session comes courtesy with 4 unprototyped kernels, waiting to be put to use. But, so, not being one to let a sweet perk go to waste, I took initiative and put 2 of them to use myself. Really, this is some basic stuff, and I'm sure we went over it all at one point during our trip. We did. Carcat, don't you remember when I walked everyone through this? I was making extensive notes in my journal. When I looked away for a moment, you and Dave wrested the tome away and began scribbling fallacies in it while giggling like children. Maybe? I guess that rings a dong, Shouter. The what? Dude, LMAO. What? Shut up! Look, a lot has happened in 3 years. We've all been through stuff. Am I really expected to remember every tedious morsel of exposition from our resident light bores? Rose, get a load of this ungrateful Philistine. She doesn't deserve her frickin' acumen. Between your nerdish obsession over the knowledge granted by our aspect and my unprecedented ability to weaponize said knowledge with ruthless gamesmanship, we are double-handedly saving the asses of everyone on this team. Tá, agora eu botei fé de porque que a Vriska ajudou a Rose a não ficar alcoólatra, porque elas são do mesmo aspecto. Então a Vriska falou, ela é de light também, então ela não pode demonstrar, entre aspas, fraquezas. Talvez tenha sido isso um motivo. I'm glad at least one person here appreciates this categorical certainty. Hey, I appreciate that categorical certainty. Whom do you think I was referring to? Oh, she's good. Well, okay. What the fuck ever to that vainglorious lot of crap? I'm still spouting off here, I think. That's fine, Carcat. Take all the time you need to collect yourself, and continue frothing at the mouth whenever you're ready. Okay? I figured out some stuff I'm still either pissed off and or confused about. You say there are 4 kernels here. You know, we did lose some. more than 2 friends on that meteor. Which reminds me, I guess I should say hi Tavros and Aqueous again. Nice to see you guys back with us, sort of. Pardon me if I can't get too sentimental about the reunion, since along the way here, we ran into about 10 different versions of your stupid ghosts. That kind of lets a little air out of the poignancy balloon, sorry. Hey, buddy. Don't wink at me. Greetings, old friend. Not to worry. I have stored enough poignancy in my having balloon-like pectorals for the both of us. Though I should clarify that approximately half of my personality couldn't give the faintest fidgeting horse stomp about you or your sentimental notions. Also, I am very busy here, so stop talking to me completely. Oh man, classic. Okay, that was weird. Yeah. And speaking of weird, one thing that bugs me about this is, I guess it implies you've been hoarding the bodies of our dead friends for the past 3 years? That's a bit fucked up, even for you. And not to get too macabre, but I would have thought they would have, like, rotted by now or some. Yes, there was some moderate decomposition. I did my best to preserve them for the journey after quickly rounding up the bodies while people had their backs turned. Well, shit. That's a hell of a mystery that I always thought was a mystery but found it too disturbing to contemplate solving. But damn, if it didn't just get solved, so that's fucked up. If you would stop being a wuss for a half a second about a bunch of corpses, I'll explain my reasoning. These are the only 2 sprites I had any intention of using for resurrection purposes. I brought Tavros back because, let's face it, that was kind of my fault for unnecessarily impaling him with his own lens and all. It was my responsibility to make amends for that, so I did. Oh yeah. Tavros, don't interrupt. Whoops. Then I made Arcreus Sprite because, first of all, he's a national fucking treasure. Literally everything he says is perfect and hilarious, and if I hear a single word to the contrary from the peanut gallery, the motherfucker with the beef rockets to the top of my shit list. So, please, I enthusiastically invite one of you no-taste mouth breathers to talk smack about the A-Man. Make my day. Riz, yo, nobody's arguing with you on that. Everybody here thinks it's pretty cool. Like, just enough rickshaw steps removed from Bring My Bro, I guess enough to make me not feel like, Dave, don't interrupt either. Nobody's allowed to interrupt me when I'm talking up. When I'm talking up Arcus Sprite. That's the rule. Owned. Whoa. Owned. Oh, shut the fuck up. Second, the guy's a fucking tactical genius. Totally conniving and calculating, and unafraid to use methods that are just a bit morally dubious to achieve his objectives. And since I can't stick around for too long, your party is going to need someone like that. Besides, it seems like a really fitting fate for Aqueous. He genuinely seems to be more comfortable with this state of existence and seems a lot happier than I ever remember him being when he was alive. So, I'm perfectly willing to do him this solid. After all, he did help me out when I blew my arm off, so now we're square. You mean triangular. What? Triangular. I don't... It's the shape of my damn glasses. Oh! See what I mean, guys? He's a fucking riot. Agreed. Thank you for the strong endorsement.
Cavalo.
Low blood slash person I've never heard of and don't care about. I'll be finished my work here momentarily. Excuse me, Mr. Arqueous? What exactly are you doing to her? I am disabling her tiara top. It is extremely delicate work, not to be trusted to human hooves. Yes, I've also decided it's imperative to reclaim Crocker from the Countess before she can wake up and cause more trouble. Her powers will be incredibly advantageous to winning the battle ahead. If you can keep her out of harm's way, in addition to providing her general purpose restorative capabilities, she also represents one extra life for everybody. And since heroic deaths could be getting handed out like inexpensive tobacco flutes pretty soon, I'm guessing this boon is gonna come in handy. So, what about our other dead friends? Huh? You know, Nipeta, Eridan. Alright, them. I was getting to that. Oh, okay. I know we talked a lot of strategy in advance, Vriska, but I really don't remember you mentioning a plan to prototype our friends' corpses. Might have been nice to get a heads up. Not to make a bad pun on account of the fact that most of their heads were literally severed. Yeah, sorry. I had a lot of logistics buzzing around in my brain. It's hard to keep you apprised of everything that crosses my mind. I promise I'll be as thorough and transparent about my motives as I can from now on, okay, Pyrope? Okay. So, after prototyping Tavros and Aqueous, that leaves 4 remaining dead friends, but only 2 empty kernels. Obviously, this presents quite a dilemma. Well, okay, technically 3.5 friends, whatever the fuck that means. Nepeta, Fafari, Eridan, and Solux's dead body, with his half-ghost floating out there with the Radia. I know that caveat sounds stupid as hell, but let's not get hung up on it. The fact is, we've got 4 corpses, but only 2 slots remaining. And there's no way I'm going to lump their bodies into the same sprite to make a pair of freaks resigned to an existential hell worse than death. Except in Arcreus Sprite's case, since those 2 nutjobs mesh with each other's personalities so phenomenally. Aguinha?
Watermelon sugar.
I must compliment the exquisite judgment we have shown in this matter. But if I may suggest, nay, perhaps command, you should prototype the 2 royal bloods and be done with it. They deserve it. No! Arqueus, your reservation is noted, but the Hemel spectrum is bullshit. It's not going to factor into this decision. I strongly disagree, but also sort of don't care, as you were. So, considering there are 4 left, and I can't personally say that any is more deserving of life than the others, I intend to let them all rest in peace. This is my ruling, and I'm inclined to call it final. They can live out the rest of their afterlives in the dream bubbles, which still need to be saved from Lord English, lest we forget. But of greater importance here is the fact that this leaves 2 empty kernels as a resurrection backup in case 1 or 2 of you jokers dies in the line of duty once too often. Believe me, you'll thank me later for thinking this all through so well in advance. Okay, that's a good reason to have spare kernels, but maybe we should back up a bit. I'm not sure your verdict on our dead friends is totally airtight, or that you have the authority to make a final ruling. Come on, Terezi. I'm not saying I'm an authority on mortality here. I only said my ruling was final because my logic was so impeccable. It was kind of like a figure of speech. Yeah, right. Let's think it through a little more. Salix's half-ghost is perfectly happy out there with the Radia. We've seen him and confirmed it ourselves, so there's no reason to consider him an Eridan. He murdered Feferi and tried to kill Kanaya and Salix. Hi, Tete Guilherme. I'm Igudi, and you? He doesn't even deserve to be in the running. But Nepeta and Teferi? What did they ever do to anybody? Yes, this is my point exactly. I don't want to be the arbiter of Eridan's value as a person because of the mistakes he's made, or Feferi's, or Nepeta's, or Salix's, or anybody's. The only reason I chose these two over others is on account of taking responsibility for some nasty shit I personally did. Plus, also some tactical considerations for the greater good, but that's different. I would think you, of all people, would be on the same page as me when it comes to taking responsibility for your own actions, while in the same stride, not judging other people for their misdeeds too harshly. But if you feel comfortable continuing to crown yourself as the Queen of Justice, then be my guest. Oh, give me a break. I think we both know the justice issue here are pretty cut and dried. Salix wants to be where he is. Eridan is a murderous douche. The girls are innocent. I say we bring them back. Tarazi, please, let's not bicker in front of the party. We need to be showing solidarity here. We do? Yes. We are equally important to the party as its overarching executives. The ones with the most experience in the department of guile and ruthlessness. I may project my voice louder than you and borrow the spotlight for a little longer, but you were always the soul of Team Scourge. I couldn't be doing this without you. I wouldn't even want to. Oh, yeah, okay, you're right. I'm behind you all the way. I stated my case, but if you really want to revive them, that's fine with me. I've got the torso parts with me right here, so feel free to round them up and prototype them anytime. You do? Where? In the hunger trunk. I've stashed all the spare remains there to keep them fresh, along with our final living party member. Huh? Wow, yeah, I think,
Watermelon sugar.
I think I'll revive them a little later. Yeah, later. Suit yourself. Ou seja, a Vriska tem lábia. So, am I inferring correctly from some shit I just heard? That I'm inferring what? That Vriska is like the de facto team leader now? Or Vriska and Tarazi? I don't know, I never understood this Scourge shit. You two have always been like this scheming, giggling enigma huddled together in Peapod for hella self-tickled mother darks. Couldn't for the life of me figure out what you've been getting up to on that meteor. Is that it? Is what it? The plan you were hatching all along? Is this like your big move? Your power play to usurp Karkat as team leader finally? Fala, Rica! Como vai tu? Fala, Lázaro! Como vai, gente? Eu estou bem, e vocês?
Hello there.
É que você chegou, Rica. Oh, brother. Dave, no, this isn't a cube. It's just a common sense rearing its ugly head for a change. Oh, got it. Good. Wait, no, don't got it. Ugh. It sounds like you're just, like, being the leader now because you want to. Ué, Lázaro, valeu. Ah, não queiram me ver, eu estou derretendo. Muito hot, muito hot. And making all the plans because nobody else wants to or really cares. I mean, not that I even care either, I just want to set the record straight. Karkit, are you cool with this? Karkit. 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 Yo, Karkit. What? Oh my god. Dude, we're just not listening to any of that. To what? What? What's happening now? Man, how long have you been tuning all this shit out? I mean, I literally just said I don't give a fuck about any of the shit Risk is saying, so maybe I'm not one to talk, but at least I had the decency to actually be joking about that. What the fuck are you even doing? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'm guilty. I zoned out on some of Circuit's self-important bleeder and was carrying a private conversation with the mayor. Is that okay? Ah, isso é Homestuck, né? Nós estamos no ato 6, intermissão 5. Estamos na página 7460 e tem mais de 8.000 páginas essa história. Calculo que até fevereiro talvez a gente tenha terminado essa história, já que eu leio ela uma vez por semana, costuma ser nas quartas-feiras. Hoje está sendo excepcionalmente na quinta, essa semana, aliás, por causa do feriado de ontem. Dude, you don't have to get the go ahead from me. Showing up a little one-on-one time with the mayor is literally always acceptable. What were you talking about? It's private. I didn't hear you mumbling anything though. We were mostly communicating through a series of simple gestures. I was talking smack about certain people here and chose to remain discreet about it. No, yeah, I know what that's all about. How when you talk to the mayor and most of the time words aren't even necessarily like he just knows necessary. Man, the mayor is just so wonderful. I love him so much. Hey, let's all take turns hugging him. No, that's fucking stupid. Just... What were you saying when I was spacing out just them? Oh, nothing really. Just wondering how you felt about Friska usurping your leadership role. And if maybe you wanted to throw a vintage shit fit about that or... Oh! Oh! That's a good one, Dave. Wow. Me? Leader? Too funny. I am entirely and singularly baffled that it could still even occur to anyone to entertain the notion that I might still be playing any role, even within sniffing orbit of a leadership position of this ridiculous party. When was the last time I did anything of a leader-like nature without being trumped by Vriska's Machiavellian limelight gluttony? Or, for that matter, when was the last time there was actually anything leaderly to do that didn't involve snuggling up on the couch to watch Good Luck Chuck for the 500th time? I have seriously just been assuming her complete takeover of all leadership duties was some fait accompli shit for 3 solid years, and have since been enjoying the peace and quiet of zero responsibilities, which is why, quite frankly, I have been able to keep my blood pressure down, and now resemble the living embodiment of peace and fucking tranquility which presently basks before you in a state of frotting euphoria hobbled third man. Caralho. Ok, so Vince shift fits this. É, a história, você chegou numa parte da história que tá... é uma das milhões de partes da história que tá difícil de explicar, mas vou tentar explicar resumidamente, bem resumidamente. Essa história lida com muitas linhas do tempo. A gente chegou numa linha do tempo em que algumas coisas deram errado e algumas pessoas morreram, assim como na linha do tempo que a gente estava seguindo até então, mas em circunstâncias diferentes que elas morreram. E daí 2 pessoas da linha do tempo anterior estão vindo para essa linha do tempo. Elas meio que vão substituir, porque nessa linha do tempo elas tinham morrido, então elas estão substituindo os cadáveres, né? Então vai dar tudo certo, não vai ficar gente duplicada, o que é bom. Senão causa paradoxo, o que é ruim. E vai ser nesse naipe. Então, por enquanto, as pessoas dessa nova linha do tempo estão apenas conversando e tentando colocar em dia o papo e meio que situando a gente qual linha do tempo que é essa. Só que são adolescentes, então eles estão fazendo uma puta tempestade num copo d'água, porque é isso que eles fazem, grande parte da história. Essa história, ela se baseia muito em diálogos, grande parte dela. E é isso que é o charme dela também. Kirkett, that was a beautiful soliloquy of acceptance and understanding of your role due to acknowledgement of your overwhelming personal limitations. But be that as it may, you still actually do need to be paying attention here, so you can keep up with the plan. While I may be the leader now, this may be the last day I see any of you for a very long time. Someone's going to need to step up when I'm gone. Alright, Circuit, then I'll make this a lot easier for you and the team as a whole. Starting now, I hereby renounce my role as a leader of this group or any forever. Vriska, along with her tactical virtuosity and monstrous ego, are more than suited for the role. And if, when, and to wherever she eventually decides to fuck off for mysterious yet to be explained reasons, then anybody else who feels inclined can slide right into that position so long as it isn't me. Great, it's settled. I'm the leader. I gladly accept the baton you are going to such lengths to pass to me, Kirkett. Honored, in fact. Not everyone is nearly as passionate about labels or ranks as you. In fact, I'm pretty whatever about the distinction. But your melodramatic endorsement of my abilities is appreciated. Excuse me, Miss Leader. Not that it would ever occur to me to cast the slightest doubt on your strategic expertise. But I was wondering when you were planning on getting to the actual strategy part of this meeting. Glad you asked, Marian. Way to keep the meeting on point. Remind me to give you a promotion. A promotion to what? Nothing. Nobody's getting a promotion. It was a joke. Fuck. The answer is very soon. As soon as Egbert and Lalonde get here, which should be right about... Eu não aguento esse relógio dela em formato de aranha, cara, muito bom. Parece aquelas coisas que viriam em cereal. Just give it another second or two. Right. Vriska. Right about... Yo, can we maybe bust out some refreshments while we wait for this totally imminent thing to transpire? Can I take a look in the fridge? There are no drinks in the fridge. What's in the fridge? Sorry, I think I missed that part of the conversation. Oh, yeah, never mind. Shh, 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 shh. Shut the fuck up! They're here! Oh, os bebezinhos chegaram. Yay! Nossa, essa é a melhor imagem de Homestuck. Olha só que high quality que ela é. Caracoles, hein? Gostei muito dessa imagem, vou salvar ela. Hi, John! Whoa. Hi, everybody. Wow. Wow. He's really here, isn't he? Hey, John. Wow. Don't just mumble to yourself, you rude fuck. Say hello. Oh, yeah. Hey, John. What's up? Hey, Dave. Not much. Hi again, Kirkett. I only saw you like 5 minutes ago, but I guess that was years ago for you. Dang. You've probably been through a lot of silly nonsense, haven't you? Wait, never mind. You don't have to answer that. There will be plenty of time to catch up. Hi to everyone else too. Oh man, I missed you all so much. Even the people I don't know very well or haven't met yet. Oh, by the way, this is Roxy. She's my new friend. And we just went on a crazy adventure together to save the timeline and come find you all. So here we are. Um. Hi. Bebezinha. A cara da Rose. Oh, fofo. Achei fofo. Achei muito fofo. Dash. Tuf. Não. Numa linha do tempo, uma perdeu a outra. Por isso que esse momento é fofo. Não. Oh, hey, Terezi. Hello, Egbert. Guess our plan worked out pretty well, huh? This session is in much better shape than the last time I saw it. You really bailed us out. You're welcome. I mean, not that you specifically had anything to do with it. You were as much the beneficiary of your future self's crafty schemes as I was. So don't get too smug. No, I'm pretty comfortable being smug and taking credit for future me's ideas. I've always been on excellent terms with my future self. She and I get along famously. Okay, whatever you say. Oh, that reminds me. I know the scarf agenda wasn't really your idea per se, but do you have any idea what all that stuffed dragon shit was about? Did that, actually serve a purpose in the timeline? Or were you just fucking with me? I was almost certainly fucking with you. Okay. Wow. Great. Good to know. Thanks for that, Terezi. That was a really awesome use of our time. I'm glad you are in complete agreement. Wait, what? What's this about stuffed dragons? Terezi, what stupid thing did you make John do? Oh, I just sent him on a few totally indispensable mission-critical errands is all. No big deal. Yeah, forget it. Long story short is, I got owned. The end. By the way, good to see you again, Vriska. Good to see you too, John. It's cool that you're alive now, instead of being a cunning ghost pirate. I think your, ways probably are more valuable to have here, in the land of the living. At least, I hope so. I couldn't agree more. I never got a chance to thank you for knocking me out a few years ago. I mean, obviously, because I was unconscious. But thanks for that. I was being an idiot and deserved it. And as a bonus, it apparently saved my life, so thanks. You're a real friend. Oh, don't mention it. I've received quite a few beatings in my time. And not only did I have each one coming, but they all led to big changes for me, on the road to becoming the impeccably evolved person I am now. So, by that measure, it was probably the most critical smackdown of my entire life. That's cool. If you ever need another really important punch in the face, just let me know. I'm your man. Rose! Hi, John. Hi. Nice to see you alive and well again. Not to mention in the correct timeline. Yes, you did it. I'm still a bit unclear on exactly what it was you did, but whatever it was, you sure did a hell of it, out of it. Yeah. Thank you for returning with my Roxy. Thank you for returning with my Roxy is obviously the remark I meant to say, and is the statement of a reasonable person. Of course. Really, it is so good to see you. I'd give you a hello hug, but you seem kinda tied up at the moment. Oh my gosh, how cute. Hello, Jake, right? Yes. You sent me a letter once, right? In the box, full of weapons, and a rabbit? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was me. Thanks for that. That was cool. It made me really curious to meet you. Right, me too. I mean, curious to meet you, not me. Not the letter. I mean, that didn't make me. I mean, I was always curious too. Doggone it. What? Just. I had stuff I wanted to say when we met. There's so many people here. I don't. Sorry. It's okay. I understand I'm shy too. Let's catch up sometime. Just you and me, man to man. Oh, roger that. Oh, hey, Tavros. Looks like you're here too.
Oh, definitely. But don't worry, I'm not very shy.
Yeah, I know.
So, can you feel free to say as many things to me in a conversation as you want?
That's, nice to know. Maybe later. Or not. Ah, fofo! Fofo demais! Acho fofo. Inclusive, essa é a capa do evento de hoje que tá lá no Discord. Hi, Dave. Hey, bro. You're back. And alive. All because of me. I guess that's the thing we're all accepting as true, yeah. It's okay. There's no need to thank me. Peraí, gente.
Watermelon sugar.
I mean, I wasn't going to, but like not as a means of being an arbitrary dick to my number one childhood pal from the past. I have literally no first-hand cognizance of ever being in danger. I just fucked around on a meteor for a bunch of years. And here I am, and so are you, which I think is pretty dope. It is very dope. Hey, Carkit, don't leave me hanging here. What? There's more than enough fist bump to go around for everybody. I left it hanging there just for you, but you are leaving me high and dry here, dude. Carkit, holy shit, where are your manners? Leaving a fist unbumped like that? This is a new low. Oh my god. You didn't leave your fist there hanging for me. You fist bumped Dave, then withdrew your fist to say some things, and then re-offered your fist to me the moment you said don't leave me hanging. I saw you with my own eyes. Gente, eu sou muito Carkit nessas horas. Carkit, wow, that is really pedantic. And now you actually are leaving me hanging in order to explain your nonsense. I'm this close to revoking your bumping privileges. God damn it, here. Bop. Com direito a coisa de Photoshop ainda por cima.
Watermelon sugar.
Strider to the rescue. The fist bump has been secured. Dave, no! Fuck! I wanted to do it of my own volition. This doesn't count. It's not real. Oh, it's real, buddy. No, I'm going to fist bump you later when I'm feeling it, but it's going to be a fucking natural. Mark my words. We'll see, Carkit. We'll see. Wrecked. Hey, Dave. Why is Jade asleep? And also Team Nana. Or Jane, I mean. Oh, yeah, Vriska had to knock them out. What? Why? They were kicking up a ruckus. Can you wake them up? Don't wake them up! Tem que ser watermelon sugar, não tem? Yeah, we can't. Some kind of brainwashing thing going on. Gotta keep on napping. Especially Jade, I'm sure you know what kind of crooked ass balloon fuck power she got. Can't let her turn those against us. Right. She should be pretty psyched to see you though. You think? Yeah. I don't know if you know this or not, but apparently along the way our version of John died, so she made the whole trip without you. Oh no. Yeah, this timeline was gearing up to be pretty tragic, I guess, but then you sort of Deus axed out of nowhere and spared us some sad times. Fala, Cadu, como vai você? I mean, from your point of view, I guess it isn't Deus Ex shit. You were just a normal John. You always were, always zipping around like a nerdy hyper god, saving everything from whatever. But from our standpoint, you just kind of yanked yourself out of random ass nothing. But hey, you know what? I'll take it. Man, eu estou bem. I had no idea. I guess that's what Typhoeus meant. That's so sad. Poor Jade. I can't believe she had to spend all that time on the ship thinking I was dead. I mean, I guess I was dead, but you know what I mean. Are you sure we can't wake her up for a second just so she can see I'm alright? Feel free, but I have a feeling you'll just be joining her nap if you try. Darn. I guess we'll have to catch up later. Hey, what about Dave's sprite? Dad. No. That sucks too. Obrigada. Yeah, I guess so. Hoje eu não tô muito boa de dicção não e a minha voz tá falhando. Eu já teve lives que eu li melhor essa história. Mas enfim. You guess? It's a weird subject for me. Like, the guy was always on borrowed time, wasn't he? I mean, that was his whole thing, right? I don't know. I'll miss him anyway, even if he isn't the real Dave. I kinda feel bad for ever thinking of him as the less real version, actually. Yeah, he's me and exactly what I would be like if I was a mobbing existential bird, so it's kind of embarrassing to even talk about, okay? I guess it is sad. But you know, a lot of versions of me have died. Lots of versions of all of us, including you. Isn't what's important that certain deviously categorized iterations of ourselves are all alive here and now and hanging out? Yeah, that is what's important. I guess there will be time to reflect on everything that was lost later, like dead time clones and double dead ghosts or other such hogwash. Right now, I'm still so excited to see everybody. There's so much crazy stuff for us all to catch up on. I don't even know where to start. It's overwhelming. Don't stress over it. We'll still have some time to kill before shit starts getting real in the session. At least according to our risk in chief. What do you mean? All the bad guys are still just outside the Incipisphere. They won't converge here until a few hours or so. So let's all just sit back a while and shoot the shit. And I do mean empty our clips into the shit, like really pump that turd full of lead. Right up until she gets bossy again and commandeers our flybro times with more shrill tactical exhortations. Okay, that sounds great! Oh, fuck. Okay, let's see. You are... Nossa, você vai ter bastante coisa pra ouvir, tá? Porque na playlist de Homestuck, comigo lendo a história, já tem pelo menos uns 52 vídeos. Acho que esse daqui é o 53. You are confronted with an especially empowering character selection menu. 8 choices? Free will has done it again. It has caused you to feel alarmed and anxious, but maybe, just maybe, slightly excited as well. You cautiously click on a batch of teens to discover your true feelings. 8 possible options is actually kind of a lot, now that you think about it. It may be easy to forget to click some of them. To make absolutely sure you've clicked on all 10 batches before proceeding, you check to see if all the links below are purple first. If any of them are blue, it means you didn't read those, and you probably should before continuing. Wow, free will sure is a lot of responsibility and hard work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ok, por qual que a gente começa? Primeiro nós temos o John, o Carcat e o Dave, que é um trio muito bom para começar. Depois nós temos a Rose, a Roxy, bebê, linda, maravilhosa, e a Kanaya. Nós temos o Tavros, o Jake e a Vriska. Essa combinação é meio esquisita, vou admitir. Depois nós temos também a Vriska, porque ela é papa diálogo pelo visto, e a Therese, Scourge Sisters all the way. Nós temos também a Roxy, o Dave e a Rose. Ou então a Kanaya, o Karkat e a Vriska, o que deve render um bom diálogo. Tem o Arceus Sprite, tem a Therese, o Dave e a Vriska. E temos o John com o Jake. Particularmente, esse é o que eu menos quero ver. Vocês têm alguma preferência? Como é que vai ser?
Que é isso, meu filho? Calma.
Oh my god! Emotional damage!
Watermelon sugar.
Ai, tá. Minha garganta já tá dando uma pirada já. Cadê a Pepeta? A Pepeta tá morta nessa linha do tempo. Ela não foi revivida em nenhum kernel, ou seja, ela não é nenhum fantasminha colorido. Eles estavam falando disso mais cedo, sobre reviver ou não ela. No momento, ô Rika, ela tá ali dentro da geladeira, o cadáver. Não, a pior parte não é nem isso, né? O cadáver dela tá dentro da geladeira junto com ele. Tá, como vocês não escolheram, eu vou começar nas Scourge Sisters. Vriska, shouldn't we get back to our strategy meeting soon? Yeah, pretty soon. It's like we used to say in the old days. Time is dead, kids. Oi? Believe me, I haven't forgotten. That's as true now as it ever was. Only difference is now we're working together to prevent the bodies from piling up. Exatamente, Rika. O Gamze que se dane. We still have a little time before we need to get serious, and anyway, when you're managing a team, you need to balance things. Gotta keep morale up, you know? The troops have been itching for a feel good moment like this for a long time. Quer dizer, desculpa, for a feel good. As a competent leader slash power gamer extraordinary, oi, it's incumbent on me to recognize that and cut them a bit of slack. Give them a little space to remember what they're all fighting for, you know? Yeah, great point. We could do the same, you know? Over the last few years, we've had so many great times and buried all the old hatchets deep enough that I think it's easy to take our relationship for granted. Doesn't hurt to remind ourselves how lucky we both are, and how close we came to going in completely different directions. Anyway, I'm glad this is the path we chose. I couldn't ask for a better monorail. Me neither. I don't know how I would have lived with myself if I had gone through with it. And would be dead if I hadn't. Thank God for Egbert. Egbert, o que eu ia falar agora? Never, never, never tell him I said this, but for Dorcas. He. Let's just say you did a great job training him once upon a time. Hey, so did you. Some version of yourself was badass enough to write down all those instructions in her own blood just before she died. Sounds like a real hero to me. Sometimes I wonder what things would be if we never had our falling out. It was a lot like this back in the old days, remember? Just hanging out, working together, not much drama, except I guess for the occasional ethical dab on how our foes debate on how our foes should be dealt with. What if it never out of control? Spiraled out of control. If I never blinded you? If you never blew off my arm? What if you decided to send John back to change all that instead? I didn't write the instructions myself, but I'm sure I never considered it. Everything we went through back then made us stronger. It was something to work to put behind us, not erase. Something that was worth the effort. Yeah. Shout, blither, blah blah words. Blah blah, tactless, nincompoops, shout, ramble, screed. Blah, blister, bemoan, blah blah, gossip, hungry, lobotomy hobbits. Shout, yell, screech, holler, brainless, gushing, yammer twats. Oh god, what's going on about now? Sounds like he's yelling at Dave and John about something. So, John's been here for all of 5 minutes and he already tripped Karkat Tirade Siren. He's not actually angry, he's embarrassed about something. My ear is finely tuned to the all Ventrum nuances. Embarrassed? About what? Think he might actually be bent out of shape over the fact that he's not the leader anymore? No way. It's something very personal. Personal, kid. I wonder if John's been asking what the deal is with him and Dave. John was pretty nosy if I recall. I think it's more likely Dave is just rambling sans filter again. Yeah. Peraí, sans? Você disse sans? Yeah, he does do that a lot, doesn't he? Hey, as long as we're swearing each other to secrecy on stuff, make absolutely sure they never know I said this, but he and Karkit are kind of adorable. In whatever quadrant that whole situation settled in. I don't know, it's none of my business really. I just never would have guessed. Agreed. I guess we stuck to ourselves mostly. And Rose and Kanaya were all, so that left them and their cute mayor sidekick to sort things out among each other without interference from a bunch of crazy fucked up girls. I'm happy for them, and for me too. If you hadn't been around, I have a feeling I would have gotten sucked into some weird bullshit with both of them. Sounds rough, buddy. Guess that's one more bullet dodged, thanks to yours truly. Guess so, Nick. Ou seja, Karkat e Dave são um casal. Yay! Gonna miss ya. Sure you have to get going so soon? Yeah, I really can't waste much more time. Just have to get all these goofballs squared away, then I'm off. Oh, something wrong? No. Well, not really. Nothing important. What is it? It's dumb. É a moto passando. You probably laugh at me. No, I won't. Come on, tell me. What good is having a moirail you don't feel like you can talk to? I don't know. I'm not sure I can even put my finger on what's bugging me. I feel like I should be psyched for the battle ahead, like pumped up to kill some bad guys and finally end this. But I just feel a little weird, especially knowing that you won't be here. What does me not being here have to do with anything? What if, when it's time to fight and people really need me to use my powers or whatever it is I'm supposed to be able to do? What if it turns out I'm not actually that good? But you already proved that you are. Another version of you basically saved us all, remember? I know, but that was a different me, who went through some things I never went through, and probably figured out how to be awesome and heroic along the way. I never did any of that, and I certainly don't feel awesome and heroic yet. And this probably sounds really dumb, but it kind of makes me feel guilty. Guilty? Why? Because she's pretty much sacrificed herself to make things better. Specifically better for me, I think. To let me lead a better life, presumably. To fix my problems, I guess. But I don't feel fixed. I actually kind of feel a weird sense of pressure. To be the best version of myself, like the most productive and heroic and well-adjusted Therese in Paradox Space. But I'm definitely not that Therese. Okay, you're being way too hard on yourself here. I really doubt that's what the other version of you intended. That's not even how shit works. People don't just get fixed. Even if circumstances change, so you have a smoother ride, you are always going to have flaws. I guess you should always try to be the best version of yourself, but I think it's also important to be okay with the fact that you aren't perfect. Meu Deus, Vriska, agora eu só falo verdades. Não tem como não gostar da Vriska. Vocês são doidos de não gostar dela. I've got flaws too, I mean, obviously, but I'm mostly okay with them. Wow, you don't say. Hey, shut up. I'm just trying to offer a little perspective here. Yeah, I know. You're right. I will try to forget about this stuff and just focus on helping out the team. It'll be hard doing it without you, but I guess I've managed to do it before, even if I don't remember. Yeah, you'll be fine. I know you can do it. When will I see you again? When will I see you again? Oh, someday. I'll do my best to shorten the wait for you as much as I can. Using time travel, or whatever other nonsense I may have at my disposal. When all is said and done, I'll drop by Earth and look you up. I can't wait.
Blither babble, ramble self-esteem, prattle, ramble mumble, brave alive hero, mutter blither, finally prove yourself, babble babble.
Tavros, would you leave that poor kid alone? What sort of nonsense are you telling him? Okay. That's my lead to go, here, I guess? Yeah. Tavros Sprite, is it okay if we pretend to have a conversation over here for a while? So that I look busy and not come off as big of a doofus as I feel like?
I can oblige, and also personally identify with that idea and the feelings of self-lameness behind it, but I could also help you out with a real conversation too, instead of a fake one. In fact, maybe we already even said enough words together just now for that to qualify.
Oh, Tavros Pride, you have always been the one ray of light shining through the clouds in what has otherwise been an emotionally stormy game experience for me. I'm so grateful that you found it in your ghostly bosom to drift over to Lomax now and then to cheer me up. Often enough to give me a real pick-me-up when feeling blue over friends' problems, but just seldom enough to feel like a rare delight when you did.
Yeah. I was under strict instructions from Vriska to not interfere with the timeline much, for lots of months, so I didn't say hello often. She helped me be back alive, so I owe her that much on one hand. But on the other, I think she was doing her bossy thing for the sake of just telling me what to do. And I didn't see how just being friendly sometimes was even changing the timeline much, or why that idea even mattered, because it seemed like most of you all here never did much important stuff anyway.
It's true. More tip-top wisdom from that sage bull-headed noggin of yours.
Why do you want to be pretend talking, even though it's real, and look busy to your friends?
I'm just not up to all this socialization yet. É, sei como você se sente. Maybe I will never be. I feel at ease talking to you, but all these others, I don't know. It feels really awkward, and I think I lost most of my prior bravado due to a lot of bad things that happened with my friends.
What happened with them?
I just messed up with everyone in a lot of ways. I'm too embarrassed to even talk about it. And now I just feel gunshy about everything, I guess. Even polite conversation with fun new people I should be thrilled to meet. I couldn't even set things right with my buddies now if I wanted to. Jane is asleep, so I can't make amends with her after she became an angry robot and punched me in the gut, and jailed me and threatened me with eternal marriage and baby-making duties. I mean, sure, she was brainwashed when she did all that, but I'm sure I did some stuff to deserve it. Dirk is still way off somewhere, so I can't address that whole spicy meatball, which I still feel terrible about. And Roxy, well, okay, Roxy's right there, but look at her, she's having a blast with all these people she actually really likes and who are probably actually likable. She probably wants nothing to do with me either, so I might as well do her the courtesy of leaving her alone. Meu Deus, a falta de autoestima desse povo.
But isn't she waving at you and saying hello right now? Due almost certainly to overhearing you talking about her name?
Hi, Jake!
Oh,
Yeah, it would seem she is. Those are probably pity waves, though. I. Peraí. Eu tô precisando de água.
Watermelon sugar.
don't think that it's true. I have been the gatherer almost exclusively of the PT versions of various deeds directed at me, and I think that's not what she's doing. Those are normal waves and hellos. You should probably do one of those things back to her.
Hi, Jake! Jake! Jake, damn it, hi!
Oh, sorry. Hi, Roxy. You're with us again, and I like that.
Yeah,
Nice, bro. Keep working at behaviors of that sort. Your self-esteem will get bigger.
I like that. Thunderations, what's a fucking cloud I am?
I really need to keep a lower profile. Even basic pleasantries are a bit above my huckleberry for now.
I get it, self-esteem is probably the hardest emotion to master. It helps to have help. And I appreciate it, Mr. Tavisbright, really, I do. No, I meant not from me. Do you have a fantasy phantom representing your self-esteem who you can look up to? A phantom? Because I did once and it helped me. Then he became real and really helped me. But not because of believing or anything, just because of coincidence, he happened to be my ancestor. Ah, sim, os dois são do mesmo aspecto. Mentira, não são não. O Tavros é Breath. Eu tô muito doida. Well, yes, I suppose I have something like that. Ah, não, eles são da mesma classe, né? Os dois são page. Um negócio assim. A brain ghost of my friend Dirk, who visits me sometimes. I guess he represents my self-esteem, but I don't know how helpful he actually is. Why? Because of all the consternation that my relationship with real Dirk has caused me. He says all the right things to make me feel better about myself, but when he visits my brain, I never actually feel that comfortable or good about myself. Animação? Ah, sim, é. I just feel kind of weird and truthfully spend most of the time hopping. He just goes away and he probably knows that too because he's my brain and that makes me feel weirder. I see. Your brain is complicated then. I'm guessing it's because you're some sort of genius. Really? Yes, absolutely. I have a sense for these things. Gosh. Maybe instead of listening to the upsetting words of a complicated brain ghost, what a brilliant mind like you need is something simpler, like listening to the nice and flattering words of a real friend. Maybe you're right. Not related to that, have I mentioned? You're actually quite handsome for a human. Wow, you think? Also, you have a dashing personality, and you seem pretty strong. And your very small pair of creamy-looking pants is really cool. Holy cow! You're right, Tavro Sprite. These nice observations about me, why they really do seem to be making me feel at least infinitesimally better about myself. What a chum! This is only the beginning of the few good feelings you can force inside you through the repetitive mentioning of such things about you, but also through developing yourself as a brave alive hero. It's too late for me to do that, since I lived a weak life, died, and was lucky enough to have a friend with a good enough heart to bring me back, but only as a spiritual guide, such as the one floating before you. So I can't be that heroically great anymore, by tragic definition, but you can. You're living, strong, nice, and of even higher importance, immortal. So that gives you, by my estimation, literally forever, to get better and better and better and finally prove yourself. That way, you can win your friends over and everyone will like you again. Boy shitting howdy! Just imagine, from hobbledehoy to hero. Wouldn't that spiffy predicament just razz my berries? Tavros, would you leave that poor kid alone? What sort of nonsense are you telling him? Nothing. Oh, bullshit. You're filling his head with lies, aren't you? No, it's just a basic conversation, not about any topics you're probably going to say you disapprove of. Hey kid, what's he telling you? What's your name again, Jape? Yes, sure. No, it's not Jape, wrong. Who even cares? You overly simplistic human names all sound so alike to me. Anyway, listen, Jape. Whatever load of shit he's selling you in a misguided effort to cheer you up, don't listen to him. It's all a bunch of sappy delusional garbage. I'm not going to let you down easy. And someday, you'll realize this is the biggest favor anyone's ever done for you. You're never going to do anything important, and you'll never amount to anything, period. Neither is Tavros. Wait, no, hold on. No, you hold on, Tavros. You had more than enough chances to prove you could be a relevant contributor to our adventure, but you blew it every step of the way. You blew it. It's time to face the facts. You're never going to have that big moment that vindicates your arc of personal development. It's just not going to happen.
No, I know that. I just admitted that. You weren't listening to our.
It's not going to happen for Jape either, so stop filling his head with nonsense.
I can just smell it off him. He's just like you, really. A loser is a loser.
Here's the bottom line. Pages just suck. All of them do. They just can't ever seem to get it together. I think it just happens to be the class players get stuck with if they are naturally that sort of person. It doesn't mean they don't have value as people, but they'll never have anything significant to contribute, so they really should just stay out of the way. There's a certain quiet dignity in understanding your utterly crippling limitation as an individual. Ideally, a very quiet dignity, so the important people can still hear themselves think.
Okay, but what about all that big page potential?
That's also a lot of misleading horse shit. Cavalos?
É pior que cavalos!
And really kind of a cruel stipulation of the class, to be honest. It makes losers think there's actually some light at the end of the long tunnel, so it keeps them dreaming instead of facing the facts. Sure, they could reach all that potential if they worked really hard for a long time, but don't you get it? The very nature of who they are prohibits that. They don't have what it takes to stick it out to the end because they are too weak mentally. So, it's just the game playing a nasty joke on them, like dangling a carrot at the end of a ridiculously long stick. Only an asshole would knowingly play along with such a vicious hoax.
Vi sim, votei lá. Espero que vocês tenham votado também no Pocket Bravery como melhor jogo de luta.
E eu não estou votando nesse jogo apenas porque a minha namorada dublou nele. Não é apenas por isso. É porque durante a BGS eu tive a oportunidade de ir lá na ala dos games indie e eu joguei esse jogo. E ele é muito bom. Eu joguei com a personagem que é a Mimi dubla, que é a Radassa. E o jogo é muito intuitivo e, tipo, eu macetei o meu oponente. A personagem é muito boa mesmo. Mas o jogo em si, ele é muito legal. Ele é muito fácil. Você pega ali no controle, você já vai tipo... Piu, piu, pá, 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 já joga. Não é nada complicado. Ele é muito gostosinho. Only an asshole would knowingly play along with such a vicious hoax. No, any form of friendship encouragement, no matter what, is universally great, I think. We all learn this as fact from lots of things we see and enjoy in stories and stuff.
Oh my fucking god.
No, Tavros right, she's right. She's right. Chora. O Jake tá tipo assim, quer ver? Nossa, esse jogo merece, cara. Ele é muito bom. Vriska, look at what you did. You made my friend Jape sad. Don't listen to her and come here, buddy, for a reassuring embrace. Tavros, don't you fucking touch him. Remember, you've only been prototyped once. Do you really want to fuse into an eternal monstrosity with that Winnie? God, what a Winnie singularity that would be. Maybe I should stand back and let it happen. For science, also, it would serve you right.
Oh, yeah? Well, get a load of this. Actually, no, you're right, of course. I won't hug him because that sounds really, really bad. Sorry, Jape.
Oh my god, será que eu aguento ler? A minha garganta tá dando uma dorzinha, gente. Voltou? Acho que eu vou ler só mais um diálogo e daí eu fecho a live. Porque minha garganta realmente tá pedindo arrego. Pra encerrar a noite. Vamos aqui com esses 3 gracinhas aqui ou vamos com a Roxy? Já sei, vamos com esses 3 aqui. Deixa eu ver se aqui tá... Ih, aqui não tá ficando... Ai, eu vou ter que lembrar depois o que eu fiz. Ó, só pra ficar guardado na memória. Eu fiz as Scored Sisters. Eu fiz... esse povo aqui. E acho que é isso, né? Aí depois tem que fazer o resto. E agora eu vou fazer esse daqui. Tem alguém dando coração loucamente na live. Muito obrigada. Dave, we were sort of in the middle of something here. In the middle of what? A series of heartfelt conversations of a personal nature. Oh. I guess I'm in the middle of those now too. I'm feeling heartfelt as fuck. Somebody boned me up on the shit. Ah, tá. Valeu. One cannot simply be boned up on shit such as this. You had to be there. Come on. Wizards, problems, feelings. It was your standard tale of 2 estranged mutual mothers. Any questions? Yes, lots. Okay. Can you maybe sit over there for a while and write them all down? Rose, this accumulation of people is coming dangerously close to what your culture might process as a human familial unit. This is a foreign idea to me and probably a private matter to you, so I think I will leave you all alone and go talk to some trolls. Personally, I think you should welcome Dave into the fold of your poignant wizard reverie. From my cultural point of view, at least, he has as much claim to a sense of ancestral connection to your mother as you. See you, everybody. Yeah, man. Kanaya to the rescue with smart shit to say as usual. Utterly destroyed again by her superior sense of reason and decorum. Though I do wonder if her perspective would be different if she'd ever had to manage relations with a twin brother. Okay, but who cares about that? So, Rose, it's our mom. Hey, Mom. Hi. Well, not Mom. Your actual name instead of that, I guess. Roxy, I think. You think right. Mom's okay, too, though. I don't know, that might be weird. Calling you that all the time. Rose, would that be weird? It would probably get a little weird. So, Mom... I'm just going to jump right into the fucking frying pan here. Like, tape off a no bullshit zone for a while, if that's okay. A frying pan in the no bullshit zone? Sounds intense. Who's manning this pan and who gave him clearance for the no BS zone? Captain Sirius as is at the pen. And he got the go-ahead from Lieutenant Doesn't Fuck Around of the Heart Attack Armada. Isn't Lieutenant a lower rank than Captain? Who put this dude in charge of such an important pen? And I don't know, maybe it is. Okay, like, it's cool that you even know that fact, but this is exactly the kind of fuckery the no BS zone doesn't cut into, no matter what sort of cookware is involved or which pseudo-military organization regulates its borders. I just have some questions about you and about stuff in general, so rather than mumble through a conversation that sounds mostly like the stuff we literally just got done saying, sweet dough that would be, I'm gonna machine gun some shit at you, lightning round style. Machine gun lightning round in a frying pan? God damn! I know, right? So, you are my biological mother. Yes? And Rose's. Yes. and therefore bear at least partial and like biologically incidental responsibility for why we are both so fucked up? Yes. But you yourself are a paradox clone. I guess. Which means you didn't even have bio parents. You originated from yourself. Guess so. So you really don't have anyone to blame for who you are except weirdly and paradoxically yourself? Yeah, yes, Dave. Wait, okay. Sorry if that sounded rude. I didn't mean it rudely. I mean, you did have a parental figure who you, I guess, modeled yourself after in a way. Or were influenced by, I mean. An old version of Rose from a long time ago. Yes, and my bro was the same way. Or your friend, I mean. Dirk. He was a paradox clone of himself. And he, like, did kind of the same thing. Modeled himself after. Why don't we not talk about Dirk? Can we change the subject? You brought him up. I know. Look, I bring up a lot of things and then have to backtrack a lot of those things I bring up. Because sometimes the things I bring up are ill-advised to say or make people uncomfortable or make me uncomfortable. It's just a thing about me. Oh, just had a thought. Do I get to do a lightning round at you next? I guess so, yeah. Depends on if you want to keep sitting in this goddamn pan. I don't know. Maybe our asses are getting too hot. Maybe you should speak for yourself. Dave! Shit, love. No, Mom, look, Roxy, I mean, it's like I was just saying. I just say things, it is just like this force of nature. No one can control or even try to, least of all me. We just have to cross our fingers and hope for the best. And that my one-man verbal slapstick routine isn't too Freudian in nature, or at least not that often. Anyway, let's pretend I didn't just insinuate you have a hot ass and move on. I heard something about wizards. You house into wizards like Rose? Yes. Okay, well, that is predictable if somewhat bland fact. Let's see if we can dig a little deeper. So, don't get me wrong, wizards are okay, I guess. Oh yeah? Well, maybe you're okay. Yeah, I'm alright. Wizards are better at magic than me, but I'm better than wizards at rap, so I guess it breaks even. Or it would if I was a pretend jackass in silly robes and a dumb beard. So, point goes to Dave. Do you like rap? Kinda. Dirk loves rap, so I... never mind. Forgot we weren't talking about that. Well, what do you like to do? I like cats. Okay. That is a fair opinion, but cats aren't actually an activity or anything. They kind of were for me, though. I used to clown then, so I may have gotten a little carried away. Cat cloning, huh? That sounds like a pretty dope hobby. I think we're getting somewhere. So you had access to that kind of stuff because you live in a sci-fi world? Because the father, a sci-fi world? Yeah, the future. What was the future like? Watery. Falando nisso? Perdi, cadê? Aqui.
Watermelon sugar.
Full of chess, people. Lots of pumpkins. You know, usual dystopian stuff. I see. And it was just the chess guys and you, like, alone. No other people except for bro, who I guess was way off somewhere. Yep. Sounds like kind of a bummer. Yeah. I talk to my friends a lot though, via computers and shit. And that's cool. Me too. Maybe when it comes down to it, our lives weren't that different. Except for the extinction of humanity part. My humans were just eminently extinct is all. I didn't have chess guys around though. They're actually good company. Yeah. My best friend is chess guy. He's the mayor. I'll have to introduce you to him soon. Soon. You love the mayor, everybody loves the mayor. Wanna be the mayor? Don't worry, I'll put in a good word for you. Pretty sure we can find an opening in his schedule. Or should I say schedule? Tell me more. More? About you. Damn, dude. This frying pan. Shit be sizzling. Fuck yeah. Aside from cat breeding, how else did you pass the time? Writing? A fair amount of, let's say recreational liquid intake and, hacking. Yeah, seriously, like actual hacking. Yeah, well, computer programming really. Hacking is just what you call it sound cool. There wasn't even much shit around to hack. So, kinda like John, except I think he pretty much sucked at his codes. Really? Yeah. He seemed to find it frustrating mainly his bitching about it is literally my only point of reference for his degree of proficiency. You're good though, right now. What? You're good though, right? I bet you're good. The best! Knew it. Não, não tá bêbado não, ainda bem. Maybe I could give him some pointers on the lead hacks. Fuck yeah. He'd be all about that. Or I think he should be, which is all that matters. Do that and insist on it if he gets weirdly obstinate or like tries to pretend he doesn't like programming anymore. Okay. What else? Oh, I don't know, Dave. I might be running out of shit to say. You sure? I like to play games? What games? Mostly the Nintendos. I see. Which Nintendos? A whole bunch of Nintendos, like lots of diff systems and titles. I don't know if the ones I associate strongly with would have the same meaning like culturally speaking for you. Because to me they were all like cute ancient relics that kept me from somewhat in touch with a world that was long gone. Well, that makes sense. That's mostly the relationship I have now with garbage rom-coms. Largely because Karkat likes watching them. So these godforsaken flicks have helped keep me grounded in our dead civilization in a weird way, but games... I didn't have Nintendos. My bro had Xbox, so I played that sometimes. But he mostly had all these shitty skating games and like 20 different Tony Hawk titles. I would mainly just play them to fuck around, like find spectacular ways to crash and flop around like a douchey ragdoll, or figure out ways to get halfway stuck inside concrete fixtures and obstacles, and watch all these cool fratty bros switch and flop ad infinitum, like struggling valiantly and earnestly forever against the shitty and deeply flawed physics of their confining virtual prison. I saw them as tragic figures. That sounds incredible, to be honest. Sim, o irmão dele jogava muito Tony Hawks, é o que ele falou. Pretty much. Do you think we can play games together sometime? Wanna see your majestic skate bros in their element? Oh my dick, yes. Dave, what? Okay. I think it's my turn. Keep your ass in the pan, buddy. You're gonna get grilled. That's fair. Oh, Rose, please don't think I'm excluding you. Jump in the convo anytime, Kay? Mash is fine. I'm perfectly happy serving as a spectator and occasional officiator of this conversation. It's quite entertaining to behold, really. I love watching how different personalities collide with each other upon meeting. Neither of you is failing to disappoint. LMAO. God is everyone in this family tree a psychoanalyst. Yo, that's been like her exact top preoccupation since she was a fucking baby. Didn't she tell you? No, but yeah, it makes sense. But like, you're all Mr. Funny interrogation right now. Rose is quite possibly a literal therapist in training, I guess. And dark is dark. Just makes you think is all. We're all fucked up. The end. So, what do you wanna know, Ma Rocks? Here comes the lightning. You got to imagine it coming out of my fingertips, wherein I am an almighty wizard. Okay, currently imagine that. Not bad at all. Pachoo! What is your favorite rap guy? That's a dead tie between me and Snoop. Also, maybe Obama, but to be fair, I don't think he raps in real life. That is mainly just a headcanon I have about him. But come on, you weren't actually curious about that, were you? I'm trying to think of stuff to ask. Geez, give me a sec, okay? How did you become a god tier? Rose and I went on a suicide mission, piloting a moon through the furthest ring. The moon had a cosmic mega nuclear bomb in its core, but also our quest beds by surprise. When it blew up, it created literally the biggest fucking sun in existence, which also happened to be the exact same sun we thought we were going out there to destroy. But we also died and resurrected as god tiers, and I guess due to immortality rose up through the surface of the fucking sun, all glowing green and wearing pajamas and shit. Did you say
Pajamas?
holy crap? That is so ridiculously insane and cool, and so much more awesome than what happened to us. Wow. Why, how did you do it? God, it's almost embarrassing to even describe, especially compared to that. Go on. We all had a hangover from magic candy and woke up on our god's labs and like talked for a while. Have you ever seen The Breakfast Club? No. Okay, well, it was like that, but probably shittier. Then we all sort of randomly died on accident due to surprise villain attacks. Yeah, that sounds alright. Who even cares about having a baller origin story? Baller. We were just some chomps on the moon being melodramatic and in the process of getting chomped by an omniscient creep. Your outfit looks cool at least. Thanks. Okay then, next. Have you ever kissed anybody? What, man? These questions are taking on a different tenor than the ones I asked you. Well, yeah, okay, I was kissed by Jade when I was dead, so I would come back to life. That was like right before the moon mission I mentioned. Oh yeah, I was carb smooshed once too. By who? Hey, it's still my lightning round. I was asking you if you ever kissed somebody, like awake and alive and on purpose. Man, we're waiting, Dave. Hey, I thought you were just studying us. I'm also officiating. I'll have to hold you to the question or throw a flag. Remember the sports? My, how quickly we forget the sports. No, come on. I just asked you about Nintendo and shit. Okay, okay. Do you like drawing? Yes. Comics? Yes. Funny comics? Fuck yes. About fat-ass idiots and JPEG trash loss everywhere? Fuck fucking yes. Okay, I'm admit, I have you at a little disadvantage since I know some things about your out future grown-up self. Like what? Don't want to spoil it. There's a better time for that conversation, and maybe a better person to have it with than me. Do you like orange soda? No? No? Hell no. Then what's your poison? AJ, huh? Apple juice. That's fucking cute. Very much. Have you ever been in love? God damn it! A cara do Dave! A cara do Dave! Mano do céu. This is the lightning round, Dave. We didn't make the rules. Anyway, I'm ready to blow my referee sports whistle if you don't answer before the commercially endorsed game clock expires. I think the lightning round's over. Why don't we have a distraction to seal the deal? Hey mom, I think Harley dad over there is talking about you. Jake? Yeah, I think you're right. Gotta go catch up with him soon. I'll wave hello for now. I don't think he's noticing. Damn it, Jake, look over here, you goof. Gonna start a fire here? Well, all this friendly waving. Nope, he's completely out of lunch. Just like all the Harley birds. Hi, Jake! Jake! Jake, damn it, hi! Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Roxy. You're with us again, and I like that. That's it. He's right back at it with the bull guy. What's with him? He reminds me a lot of John, but really quiet, which is very un-Johnish. Jake's great! But yeah, he's not like that all the time. He's pretty gregarious one-on-one, but I guess he doesn't like crowds much. He became sort of a hermit after a few months in our session. He mainly hung out with Dirk until he eventually sort of shut him out too. Dude just likes his lonesome time, I guess. I'll try getting to know him sometime. Maybe trap him like a shy woodland creature, then brutally harangue him with my typically rad shit and become airtight bros. Right there in the fucking woods, exactly how nature intended. Oh my god, yes! I'll help you rig your jig snares. Maybe leave some hunky dude bait like a trail of microshards sprinkled throughout the forest. Awesome, thanks mom. Roxy, I mean. Dave, even I'm having lesser trouble referring to Roxy by her name consistently, and I was the one who grew up knowing her as my literal mother. What is going on with you? Nothing. Just like semi-accidentally replacing a word with another word in a majority of instances. Why do you need to read these things into everything? You're right. How could anyone possibly read anything into that sort of repeated slip-up? Exactly. What if you're making her uncomfortable? It's fine, really. I think it is sort of endearing. See, Rose, you are worrying about nothing as usual. Mom's fine with Moxie. I mean, wait, fuck. Okay, that one was fucked up. Let's make sure I never, ever say that again. Mommy foi foda, amigo. I'm dying here, Dave, stop it. I'm asphyxiate. I can't. It's like I was saying before, this is a force of nature. We all just gotta deal with it. Striders, blurred escapades, Dave's flying boner circus. This shit is immutable. I had to face the fact a long time ago. I could either try to change the part of myself, which is an unwinnable war, or I could try focusing on being like a vaguely half-decent person, so at least the shit I inevitably blurt out from deep down isn't all that bad. Because the bad stuff has been and is still being purged through an arduous long-term process of complete and utter humiliation. Man. Arduous long-term processes of complete and utter humiliation are basically my aesthetic. Anyways, you are a silly dude, and it's okay if you keep calling me mom on accident. I hope it is similarly okay with you if I make the conscious decision to refrain from calling you that ever. Unlike Dave, I've taken great pride in the meticulous maintenance of my internal filter. I don't think I have the same luxury he does. Humiliation just makes my demons angrier. Yeah, Rose, call me whatever. But, LMAO, you got a way of making that sound legit scary. It's fucked up that she's joking, but also not even really. You'll figure out how to crack her that pen riddles. There's an art to it. You guys, and your friggin' psycho babble, it's a riot. Suddenly feeling like maybe I'm the weak link in this family tree on the analytical front. Need to step up my game. To be fair, Dave's game is pretty flimsy. He's been jacking my swagger for years. He only pulls it off because he's funny. And to be even fairer, I'm not actually much a psychoanalyst. I know just enough to know that I barely know anything and probably would have benefited from, so I don't know, college or something. Okay, whew. I feel a bit less lame then. I remember Dirk's insane scrutinization of all things cerebral had a similar way of dwarfing one's ego. Maybe that was smoke and mirrors too, I don't know. Maybe since he and I are your parents in terms of math skills, he's got all genes and I got none. So that means Dave got some genes and Rose got lots? Wherein some is more than none and lots is less than all? That's quite a scientific way of looking at it. Maybe it's even true. Yeah, I fucking love science. Okay, then that explains everything. What? If you got all the science genes, then that means some scraped off on me, which would explain why my bits are so ill. It's cause my science is off the charts. Holy shit. Can someone come push this nerd off the lily pad? That explanation though? Cringe-worthy rap notwithstanding, I do recall hearing him babble about wanting to be a scientist on more than one occasion. If the world hadn't ended. What was it? Archaeology? Paleontology? Yeah, I don't know. One of those things. Whichever involved more dad shit, maybe. Paleontology. You wanted to study that? I sincerely mumbled about the idea once or twice, sure. That's neat. What about you, Rose? Did you actually want to be a legit psychiatrist and go to school for that and all? I don't recall my thoughts on higher education. My passion for the subject, I think, was more a contrivance of a very young girl with misplaced conviction in her abilities. I probably thought I could just figure it out myself and skip the academic coronation. I don't think much about it anymore, possibly because there's no one left to analyze, except for the modest population of this frog disk. What would you want to do with your life instead? I mean, assuming there were no more evildoers to worry about. I don't know. What is there even to consider doing with godhood but concern oneself with evildoers? What about your quest? Huh? The shit with your planet and rain and stuff. Wasn't there still something to do there? I guess so. Yeah, I did mine. Or at least a version of it, specific to my situation. I get the feeling they change around and such depending on what the lay of the land is. My reality was fucked, so my denizen just kinda rerouted me. Nothing too fancy. Yeah, exactly. I did this really stilted-like mashup of what I assume my real quest was. Like involving breaking a sword and unbreaking a sword and a fucking bird was involved and then the bird unceremoniously died somewhere. Unceremoniously. It was kind of a mess. Like me, I guess, so maybe that made sense. Who knows what yours would have in store for you now? I mean, if you even wanted to bother? I'm not sure if I have the inclination, and realistically, there isn't even much time for that, is there? We're supposed to be fighting adversaries imminently. I can't squeeze it in before the battle. And after, we'll have supposedly won, so what would even be the point of doing it then? Shrug. Something always rubbed me the wrong way about my quest. I don't even like the phrase. It's uncomfortably formal and a little foreboding. I think the regimentation of it all always struck me as unpalatable. Like consigning personal growth to the completion of a glorified myth-heavy rat maze. Yeah, I know why you feel that way. You've got big problems with authority. You always have, and you probably wouldn't even put it that way because it sounds really teen of you and gosh or whatever, but it's true. Oh my god, you guys and your shrink babble. It's so funny, I swear to god. Yeah, here we go again, right? Except just remember, I'm a fraud at this stuff. Except in this particular case, I'm totally right. She sees this quest all neatly laid out for her wrapped in a ball. Fuck it, even looks like it's made for little kids with little pink turtles and rainbows and shit. Like, here you go, princess, it's Barbie's first quest. Almost like it was designed to piss her off. Sburb says here, self-improvement delineated and made comprehensible. Enjoy your cookie cutter odyssey. So, because she's Rose, she goes, no, fuck my quest. Literally starts wrecking shit, and maybe that itself was always her quest. If I may interject, oh awesome, risk averse eavesdropping. Not for very long. I just heard you were talking about Rose's quest is all. I don't have any opinion on whether you do it or not, Rose. That's your business. But my advice is, if you see your denizen, just make sure you kill her fast. What? Believe me, Cetus is a huge bitch. If you give her an inch, she'll try to sucker you into a whole boring conversation, mostly involving a bunch of curmudge-only riddles. Don't give her the chance. Just go for the jugular and end it as soon as you can. Grab her loot and call it a day. That's what I think, at least. Assuming you bothered going to see her at all. Couldn't really blame you if you didn't, though. I probably won't. Won't what? Oh no, what the fuck is this? Meow? Oh no. Oh no. Friglish! Oh my god, you cheeky bastard! Oh my god! They're here. What exactly the fuck? Friglish. I cannot believe this. You dug up her body. Oh my god, that is so bad. But also sweet of you to bring her back, but also, whoa, bad. Wait, dug up? I'm a little unclear on that myself. Jasper's hasn't been especially descriptive. Meow. Yes, both Roses, I dug you up. From where? John's planet. Remember the funeral I mentioned? Friglish was there too. Or, Jasper's? Our dumb departed beautiful idiot cat. I guess I made a novice mistake. I turned my back on the body. You had a funeral for me? That was nice of you. Yeah, so, hi. Whoa, this is confusing. Welcome back, you're alive again. Hey, come here. Lalande, don't you fucking touch her. Fucking incredible. Am I the only one here concerned with making sure we don't create freakish mutant people combos? What? She's only been single prototyped. Don't go near her. Oh, right. It is absolutely astounding how much you all need me around to keep your shit straight. Even then, it's a constant uphill battle to keep you all from fucking up. I let my guard down for 1 second, and this brainless animal wastes one of your precious resurrection slots on someone who's already alive. Well, congratulations, you're down to 1 empty kernel. Be sure to use it wisely. Not that there's much hope of that at this point. See you, chumps. I'm out of this conversation. Nice. So, what does this even mean? There's 2 Roses now, like, what the fuck? What are we supposed to do with this information and unfolding set of circumstances? I don't know, Dave. I have advanced seer powers and the newly acquired insight of a mystical guide, and even I'm stumped about this turn of events. Okay then. Good to know I'm not dumb and this literally is inherently irrational. Thanks, Ghost Cat, great job. So what now? Well, it's nice to be back after such a spectacular sequence of tragic events, even though I have no memory of having been gone for long. But I also understand I am now the subordinate Rose. So with respect to my ongoing role, I'll have to defer to real Rose. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Then again, I don't have feet anymore. Lol. It's also worth pointing out that my programming as a sprite informs me that I exist at the pleasure of the player who released my kernel. So, Roxy, what do you think I should do? Oh, well, I don't know. Man, I only just met a live Rose here. And that was after just burying you and saying goodbye and all, which was this emotional thing, and now you're back because of the silly cat, and I don't know, I'm confused. Rose, what do you think? Rose? Yo, Rose? Hello? This is so stupid! I'm sorry, I can't sit here and pretend to take this seriously. Rose, you okay? I guess so? Yes, I'm fine. This is just so dumb. My powers let me see fortuitous outcomes, but I didn't see this coming at all. It doesn't register as fortuitous or otherwise. You know why? Because it's completely meaningless. I mean, sure, I thought so too when birthday happened. But that turned out to be like a whole thing, and important stuff happened as a result. Kind of. No! This isn't like that! Trust me, Dave. I'm not grasping at straws here. My abilities tend not to leave such things to speculation. This development makes absolutely no sense. Development. Not for us as a group, and definitely not for me personally, or her for that matter. How could this possibly mean anything for my growth or personal development in any way? This almost makes it official. I have no comprehensible path. There is nothing to overcome, no lesson to learn, no cathartic light at the end of this preposterous tunnel. Not for me, at least. I seriously have the dumbest arc anyone could conceivably imagine. Rose, we don't have fucking arcs. We are just human beings. Sensato. Nossa, essa foi a coisa mais sensata que eu li nessa história hoje. E é aqui que eu me despeço de vocês, porque essa foi, ó, pica. É isso, pessoal. Espero que vocês tenham gostado dessa live que durou quase 2 horas. É uma coisa que eu não estava fazendo das últimas vezes, né? Minha live não estava durando nem 2 horas. E essa chegou mais perto de durar. Eu vejo vocês no dia 22. Acho que tá tudo bem, né? Vai ser na Proclamação da República. Nossa, eu tô muito doida. Eu tô achando que é abril. Gente, alguém me dá um relógio. Eu li o calendário aqui. Proclamação da República. Mas eu pensei Descobrimento do Brasil, porque eu vi o número 22. Só que eu esqueci uma coisa. Nós não estamos no mês de abril. Estamos no mês de novembro. Caralho, meu neurônio tá como? O Tico e o Teco tá como? Não tá, né? Eu tô tipo assim, quer ver? Meu cérebro tá tipo assim. Cadê? Tá assim. Eu não tô nem raciocinando mais. Então tá. Eu li esse daqui. Eu li esse daqui. E eu li esse daqui. É isso que eu li. Eu li o 3, o 4 e o 5. Apesar de não estar roxinho aqui, são esses que eu li. O 3. O 4. E o 5. É. Aí na próxima eu tenho que ler o 1, 2, o 6, 7 e o 8. E é isso. Na outra linha temporal. É, o meu cérebro tá em outra linha temporal, por isso que eu tô assim, né? Tá, gente, vejo vocês na semana que vem. Se der tudo certo, vai dar. Oremos. Até lá. Espero que vocês bebam bastante água.
Watermelon sugar.
O quê? Eu enrolando pra live ficar com 2 horas certinho? Imagina!
Stop it, Rod. Stop.
Valeu. Juízo pra vocês. Se cuidem. Até semana que vem. E tchau, tchau. Fui!